October 8th, 2020 Fluency. Number 1. At the end of October, Mr. Diamond had a balance of $367.38 in his checking account. Since then, he has written 2 checks. One check for $136.94 and another for $14.75. Later on that month, he made a deposit of $185. What is the balance in Mr. Diamond's checking account now? So, it looks like we're going to be adding and subtracting money from his checking account. So, he has a balance that he starts with $367.38. Since then, he's written 2 checks. That means he's giving money away. He has to pay for things. One check for $136.94. So I'm going to put that in red because that's one of the deposits, one of the checks that he is subtracting. And another check for $14.75. So I'm going to put that in red because that's another check that he's writing and the money that he's taking out of his checking account. Later on that month, he made a deposit. A deposit means you're putting money into a checking account. So a deposit means you're putting money in your bank account. So that means he's putting $185 in his bank account. He must have worked. What is the balance in Mr. Diamond's checking account now? So we're going to take this $367.38, and that's what we are starting with. So 367, 367 and 38 cents. Now, what do we do when we add or subtract decimals? Line them up. Line them up. We are subtracting. We are going to, since he wrote a check, so he has to pay $136. So we line up those decimals, remember. Remember, we line up those decimals. So he had to pay $136, $136.94. And 94 cents. Awesome. So we are subtracting that. Why? Oh yeah, because he made a deposit. Because he wrote a check. He had to pay his bills. All right, so what we have now is going to be, we're going to subtract. 8 minus 4 is going to give us 4. 3 minus 9, we cannot do that. So we have to borrow. So this 7 will become, let's make this red. So that 7 will become a 6 to be able to make this 3 a 13. I'm going to squish these together. There we go. Now we have 13 minus 9. So that's going to be 4 because 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Yeah, that's 4. What do I do with that decimal? Drop it low, drop it down, down low. Drop it low, drop it down, down low. Or drop it like it's hot. Drop it like it's hot. All right, 6 minus 6. That gives us the answer of 0. Or the difference of 0. 6 minus 3 is going to be 3. And 3 minus 1 is 2. So now he has, after he wrote that first check, he has $230.44 left. He also wrote another check for $14.75. So we are going to take this number. I'm going to move it down here, and we are going to subtract. Ooh, you know what I could do? I could make a copy. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. So we are going to take that number and we are now going to subtract. Whoa, I'm genius. All right, we are going to subtract his $14.75. Now, remember, when you're adding or subtracting decimals, line them up. Line them up. So we have $14 and 75 cents. All right, here we go. Let's subtract these. There we go. All right, so 4 minus 5. Oh, we can't do that. So that is going to be where we're going to have to borrow from that 4. So that 4 will become a 3 to make this 4 a 14. Now we have 14 minus 5. Well, that's going to be 9. 9. All right, and then we have 3. I'm going to put this in front for us all to see. That 3, and we're going to subtract 7. Oh, we can't do that. So we are going to have to borrow from that 0. Oh, we're going to have to borrow from that 3. So that 3 is going to become a 2. You know what? I'm going to move this all up so it doesn't get too confusing. All righty. Woo, I forgot my decimal. So this 3 will become a 2 so that we can make that 0 a 10. So now we have 10. Woo. Now we have 10 minus 4. It's going to be 6. Whoa, whoa, whoa. We forgot to do this 3. This 3, my bad. This 3 will then become, well, we can't do 3 minus 7, so this 10 has to become a 9. So I'm going to cross that out. I'm going to put a 9 over it. Maybe. Woo. So this 9, that 10 will become a 9. In order to make that 3 a 13. Now we have 13 minus 7, which is going to give us 6. And then what do we do with that decimal? Drop it low. Drop it low, drop it low, low. Drop it down low. 9 minus 4. Here's some nice numbers. Now we have a 5. 2 minus 1 is going to be 1. 2 minus 0 is going to be 2. So after he wrote both checks, he will have $215.69. Now the last part says he made a deposit. A deposit, that means he's putting money back into his account of $185.00. So I'm going to take this number. Woo. And we are going to add now. We're going to add. Now we're going to add. I'm actually going to remove all that so we have a little bit more space. There we go. Now we're going to be able to add a little more clearly our $185. Also, line them up. Line them up. Line up those decimals. Alrighty, so we have 185. 185. Alright, so we are going to add them. Should be a little bit more easier than subtracting. 9 plus 0 is going to give us 9. 6 plus 0 is going to give us 6. What do I do with that decimal? Drop it low, drop it down, down low. 5 plus 5 is 10. I'm going to put that 0 down and carry that 1. 8 plus 1 is going to be 9. Plus another one is going to be 10. I'm going to carry that 1 and drop that 0 down again. 2 plus 1 is going to be 3. Plus another one is going to be 4. So our answer is going to be $400.69. So I'm going to put that $, $400.69. And that is our answer.